Check your fortune.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the StarLadder StarSeries Season 14 presented by iLeague. My name is Blue. Joining me this evening is Mega Man. We're about to head into our second map in this set here between the new FollowEsports and Conquest. Conquest came off just on top there off of the hinges of their very good T side on our last map on Train, but FollowEsports also had a very satisfactory T side themselves. It was sort of back and forth, both sides. CT sides had their own sort of ups and downs, and now we're going to take it on to Overpass, which I believe is Conquest's pick. So we get started with the pistol round immediately. Mega Man, take us away.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of said a satisfactory terrorist side there for the new FollowEsports squad, but it was actually a pretty exemplary terrorist side on Train, so we'll see what they can do now as they are on the CT side of Overpass, and aKis is going to come under fire very, very quickly, and he just gets executed. ShahZaM, nice shot from him, but it's Peter to back him up, finds two. NAF going to trade it out, but Peter, he's not done yet. He finds the third, finally going to lose his life to the hands of Stanislaw, and it's going to be a 2-on-2 to finish out this pistol round. Slemmy and rooRoooo versus Stanislaw and daps. That bomb being retrieved and working back down towards the underpass area, and just hunting for a pistol over there is Stanislaw, but he's not going to find any kind of an upgrade from that Glock. There was a Tech 9, I believe, that was dropped out in front of the stairway, but not going to find anything to work with. And now look at this, both of these CTs hunting together. They've given up that big bomb site, but now the rotation is going to be coming in very, very quickly from short B. They hear that smoke go down. Stanislaw going to punch in the numbers and get that bomb planted, but they're not expecting this flank to be coming out. One coming off a cat already, and rooRoooo just way ahead of his teammate aKis, or Slemmy, pardon me, and Slemmy not going to be able to line up those shots, and now the double monster play from the terrorist side, and they're both going to be able to peek out and find a little bit of damage there on a Slemmy. And he's in a 1 versus 2, smokes the bomb. Gonna go for that defuse. They can't find him just yet. They finally do, and that's gonna be daps to take him down. Spots him around the corner of that smoke, and Conquest up and rolling already. That's 3 pistol rounds they've won so far tonight, and they are up 1-0.
Yeah, you couldn't really see it from the position we had the camera in at the time, but that smoke, I think, was just a little bit off in regards to, at the very least, hiding the bombs. It was very easy for them to pick up on his position, finish him off there. And although it got a little bit close, FollowEsports, unfortunately, not going to be able to ninja that. Unfortunately, the other problem, too, is after they lost that battle that was back over there on short A, they didn't really have a very large clue as to where exactly the bomb was going to go. So they could have directly contested the B push, but they decided to make this aggressive push. And unfortunately, although it was good in practice to catch the members of Conquest off guard, it really isn't going to allow them to do so, as Conquest saw that coming, and then they just finished it off from there at a 2-on-1. So they're going to work for a quick B take this time, and obviously FollowEsports not with a whole lot of presence here. Conquest already have site control. The plants come out here too, so not expecting too much else to occur in this round. rooRoooo at the very least is going to pick up this 1 kill over here on ShahZaM. More on the way to cover for it though. It's after that frag on to daps as well. He brings him down to 27 HP, and it'll be Stewie that finishes him off. But nonetheless here, Conquest have pretty good control. The rest of FE, although they're not looking for the retake, are lining up for exits, and we'll see just what else they'll be able to grab here.
It's good damage from Peter. He actually doesn't stick around to fight that one off. His rush gonna go to battle with him a little bit there. He did manage to find a scout shot onto him, dropped him to 29 HP, but this bomb will go off, and now they're on the hunt. Peter coming around from the backside, and he might be able to catch somebody if they do push around, but it looks like they're just going to hold up for a little while and try to save these guns to move into the next round. 4 HP for Stanislaw. He had the Bison, goes for the P90 to finish that one off. He's sitting at 3-0 to start this one off, and a great start for Conquest.
So already up to 2 points here. They do lose a couple of their players. They do lose about 2 of their players there. So FollowEsports is able to get a little bit of damage, but nothing to a point where they would really end up calling it a satisfactory round for themselves. This one, of course, is going to be a little bit held back once again, as well as we generally expect here, as they're going to want to get those big guns into their hands. Peter and aKis still have the 5-7 and that scout to work with here, so they've got a little bit of impact they could potentially make here, but this should be the round that Conquest are easily able to walk over once again, assuming those big guns don't really do too much. However, Rush at the very least is going to get dinked. Now they bring in ShahZaM and daps, so they're going to pick up 2 kills. ShahZaM finds a second over here under rooRoooo, and they're already on their way up to that A site here. Now the rotation's coming in for the members of FE, but they're not really going to have enough time to get themselves into stable spots. And already you've just got daps coming in with the P90 to clean things up, and he's going to do that without a problem.
Yeah, and this is what Conquest needs to do on their terrorist side. They need to have these clean rounds. They need to just lay them all down, and with 5 alive in that round, going to solidify no rebuys here. The only buys that they're going to have down, you can see, look at the limited investment, 300 from Stanislaw, 800 from NAF, 200, 700, and 500 for the rest of the players. So that's hardly any investment into this round, and they've got full nade kits to work with, and it just looks like it's going to be another fast push towards B, and this is very, very scary. They do have 3 CTs over here trying to hold this one down, but daps already leading the charge with that P90. He's going to come under fire, but it's the player from Barrels. It's going to be rooRoooo to find 1, finds 2 with the assist there. aKis is actually going to find the double, and that defense actually does end up falling here at B, so it's going to be a retake onto this B bomb site, and you can see very, very low is going to be NAF with 12 HP, ShahZaM with 100, and they got to be careful. Peter in the pit, he's going to get taken down, and it's all on Stewie2k, who has an op, but it doesn't really have a clairvoyant line of sight to work with, and ShahZaM's going to get himself into a good position to try to hold this push off.
And you know what stinks about this too is he's got those health pools both so low, so all he really has to work with here is his pistol, but he's going for those op shots. Going to find one though. No kit to work with. I imagine there would be one on the ground, but I don't think he wants to take the chance on really having to go and get that kill, then find the kit, and then get the defuse off. So he's just going to fall back, opt to save the op. And as well here, no armor on him, so if he was still looking to pick up those op shots, assuming he didn't have intel as to just how low NAF's HP was, probably would have still tried to take that, and just one hit to him is going to destabilize his aim. That's not very good odds he wants to work with, especially with not having the intel as to what's going on the site. So Conquest, they're going to pick up the 4th point, and FollowEsports will have a little bit more room to go before they can get themselves onto the board here.
Yeah, and they're already in a tough spot. Conquest just jumping on him early. They don't even put the op in ShahZaM's hands on this T side. They just want to go as fast as they can with these strats, especially on these anti-eco rounds. And you can see Stewie just dropping a flash over the top. He's going to go for this aggressive peek, and he actually finds one, but he gets nated to bejesus and back. He's down to 18 HP. Going to go for another aggressive peek and lines him up. Actually does collateral damage. He's got him so low over here in the subway that if any of these CTs pushed around, but he's going to die, taken down by a nade from Rush. And I don't know if they actually have intel that he's done as much damage as he has. 36 for NAF, 35 for Rush. Great hold there from Stewie, almost lining him up and knocking him down.
You probably didn't hear me breathe there really heavily, but I almost thought he got the triple collat, and you almost did get it too, as you could see NAF and Rush were sitting right behind it. They were both dropped to 36 and 35.
I would have lost my mind.
That would have been absolutely insane, but thankfully for Conquest, this doesn't happen. Nonetheless, though, some good damage has been done. Apologies. And when you keep in mind here the FollowEsports players, the fact that they have pistols, at least for the players that are 36 and 35, they can still very easily finish them off. And look at this as well. I'm not sure if Peter saw it, but
he did.
He's going to see these players now, and he's going to press forward. So this could get nasty very quickly, creeping in. Nobody looking behind, waiting patiently. And now he rolls in here. He's going to find Rush first. Now he's got the intel on all three, creeping in. One even getting shut down by rooRoooo, and he just comes in and shuts it down. There's FollowEsports with the eco upset.
That was so smart from Peter. Such a great patient play. You could see he was just poised, waiting for them to get into that bomb site and try to get that plant. Once that first shot from rooRoooo rings out, he's able to just come right back in there, clean up those last 2 kills. Great play from Peter. Now he's got the AWP. Now they've got a little bit of money on their side. They salvaged an op and 3 aKs out of that last round. That is a huge money swing for the CT side.
And now these guys picking up a very, very big victory here. As you said, a whole bunch of money being scavenged out of that round 2 off of the free rifle upgrade. So now they're on the board, and they could keep themselves on it and reclaim this victory in a very big way here. But Conquest is also going to be able to get a big buy coming into this round here as well. And there's the first shot coming out from Stewie. ShahZaM tries to go for the raw peek back over here on Party and is going to get very quickly shut down by the opera from the CT side. And now he's going to hold back the plans for a little bit here as Conquest. Now with knowing the guns are in the hands of the FollowEsports players, they're going to take it nice and slow here.
Yeah, and Peter actually boosted up on top of this box outside a long corridor. He's looking for any kind of aggression in that area, and he had one player right around the corner, but they didn't tempt the fates. They didn't push into that area, and now he's going to switch up his position and push up here in a bathroom, and this is going to be good. He's actually going to miss the tail end of one of the players over there, but NAF is going to come around the corner, and he's going to pay for that peek, and that is the bomb down as well. I don't know if Peter actually saw that, because I think NAF dropped it before he peeked that corner, but it's going to be double op setup over here at this A bomb site to try to stave this one off. And a nice peek there from Rush. Takes down another one. It's going to be all on Peter here right now as the reinforcements are coming in. The cavalry has been called. And they're going to be spotting right in towards Stanislaw. And Stanislaw hits a nice ripper right there on a Peter. Daps just rushing on in. Takes down rooRoooo. And the defenses at this A bomb site have just been completely annihilated.
Slemmy still looking to try and find a way back in here, but he's still stuck at the bottom of the steps. He's going to rework his way into the bank, and aKis. Nice shot from him. Takes down Daps. Denies him the chance of coming in to shut these players down. And there's a second one! Takes down Stan. Almost gets the third, but
what a retake.
Yeah, Slemmy's going to come in there and steal a little bit of that glory. So obviously plenty of time left to defuse the bomb here. We've got some upgrades coming out. Slemmy just casually waiting for him to finish his Goodwill shopping over here now, and he's going to be able to pick that one up. And there's FollowEsports again. It looked like that round was all over, and Conquest had the hold, but they surprised us once again. And now they're going to reclaim both of these ops now to get a double op setup for free.
Well, they actually had the double op set up into the last round. Stewie's been bolstering that AWP so far in this first half, and now it's Peter to pick it up in the last round. And unfortunately for them, Peter not effective with the op the last round whatsoever, but again, that smart play from him 2 rounds ago on the eco. kind of put them into this position to be successful. And now you can see kind of a double barrel setup over here at this B bomb site, but the push is coming towards A, and Stewie's actually going to get caught way out in the open here by Party, and that's going to be rushed to pick up an up. So he could possibly do a lot of damage with this moving forward. You can see them just kind of turtle up on the terrorist side by Party and just let one player kind of gather a little bit of information. That's going to be Stanislaw probing towards this A bomb site.
And as he looks his way out here, trying to see if there's going to be a boost sitting behind this wall or something such as that, or even just a hidden player, but not going to be able to catch any of this just yet. Slemmy, in the meantime, though, is kind of creeping his way inside of the bathrooms now. But thankfully for the members of Conquest, nobody in here just as of yet, although this does leave the angle open in case somebody tries to just rush their way inside there. That could be a nasty surprise waiting. And for Conquest, just splitting up now, again, watching out for that early aggression. And FollowEsports, it's the same story, at least with the exception of Slemmy, who, again, might try to find himself a couple kills here. He's going to get it. Fops rush. That's the bomb on the ground. Now has to expect that push from the left, though, and he's not going to, so Stan will pick up the trade. Now, at the very least, they know the bomb is sitting up over here on upper, and 40 seconds left. Going to be a little bit hard to go for that rotate, so they're going to know this is coming in now by the smoke, and they should be able to hold this. And there's going to be the pop from rooRoooo. Finds one. Looking for the second on ShahZaM. He's going to pick that up, and the final one also picked up by rooRoooo as he just casually swaps over to the USP and grabs a headshot.
Yeah, I mean, rooRoooo making it look easy over there in that A bomb site, just locking it down. Granted, it was an eco round, so they didn't have any head armor to contend with, but nice pop flash from him. He's just able to clean that round up very, very nicely, and FollowEsports trying to get themselves back into this. You can see ShahZaM, AWP in hand now. He's got 4 AKs to kind of work around with, but kind of one of the key points from that last round was Slemmy getting aggressive in bathrooms. Now, we've seen it happen numbers of times, and, ooh, actually, there it is. Stewie2k boosted up, finds the off frag on a daps, but what I was kind of touching on there for a little bit was with that aggressive play, you usually see 2 players pushing up in that avenue and trying to find that damage, but I think they just spotted Stanislaw. They did. Oh, he gets the shot on aKis anyway, but rooRoooo is there for the trade, so it's still going to be a man advantage here for FollowEsports moving forward in the 8th round.
A big push comes out over here towards long A, but Peter's going to see this coming, so he can call this out now and try to get a little bit more assistance coming his way. They obviously don't know that it hasn't shifted back down yet, but now they can put Slemmy on task to hold on and watch out for this. But Peter again popping out there to long A is going to catch the Alpha from the T side, shuts down ShahZaM. Now Nap is going to get the trade, but not going to be possible. Peter again now with a second frag. And it's just Rush hiding inside of the bathroom connector at this point. He'll look to maybe try to grab something, but if he does try to pop out over here, I imagine Peter can pick up that kill as well, and that'll end the round very swiftly in the favor of the members of FE once again. There you go.
The big part about that round, Peter anchoring over on long A, was he gets the pick on ShahZaM. Nice peek from him, but kind of a little bit of a mistake there from that other player that was hiding in the corner, because I don't believe they actually realized that there was another player that was on the right-hand side of long A, but he foolishly drops his AK and picks up an AWP, and Peter actually sees that gun get thrown out, so he's able to just post up and wait for that peek to come out because he knows, hey, he's got an up now, he's going to have to try to take a battle, and Peter just patiently waiting, able to play the pick-off game, and he does it so well. So, again, FollowEsports picking up 4 rounds now in a row after dropping the opening 4, and they've got themselves back into control of this matchup. They've broken the economy here at the terrorist side, and they're going to force another eco round here from Conquest.
And that was a pause coming out there for Conquest as well, just to, I'm assuming, recenter themselves here. They now sort of fallen back. Obviously, 400 being picked up on T-side is not bad at all, but considering the advantage they had and how much it's sort of fallen back down into FollowEsports' favor at this point, now going to take another couple seconds here to recenter themselves. They'll have to eco this time. They're not going to make the aggressive choice. They're just going to go for a save, and I imagine a very big round coming up after this with aKis, you know, a big op investment, potentially double op T-side setup here too, depending on what we do decide to see the choice being made here from Conquest. But this round is just going to be an attempt from them to do as much damage as possible, and they're actually doing it. NAF picks up 2 kills here right from the get-go in the lower tunnels, finding these players outside of connector. daps finds 1 as well, and there's NAF again. He finds a 3rd on the aKis, so they might just upset on this eco. Peter up in their face, though, with a no-scope, combos it into a headshot, but finally shut down by ShahZaM.
And that's just overall outrageous aggression from the terrorist side. They steal that round away. The CTs just got caught in that choke point over there by the underpass, and you know, just nothing that they could do. They were bottlenecked there, and they just didn't have the firepower to contend with those pistols at close range. Nice effort there from Peter to try to close that round out, but ShahZaM a little bit too quick on the draw with that Tech 9, ends his life. And again, you just see it's going to be another fast push towards the B bomb site. And they've had success here from Conquest. They're going to get right out here onto short A, or short B, pardon me, and try to make something happen. The boost goes out over the top. Trying to peek down from the heavens is going to be rooRoooo, and he actually does manage to pick off 1, but there's a nade trade. NAF is going to find 1. Nades onto short B, does find a little damage on a NAF, but here comes Stanislaw. He's going to find 1. rooRoooo, and the pit goes down, and these B defenses have just been in shambles so far in this first half.
Yep, Stewie's here to try to help a little bit, but Peter's still actually a pretty long rotate away. He's just now getting himself, I believe, to the heaven area here, and Stewie trying to find a way, and they actually miraculously haven't noticed him disappear over here by Toxic, but as the smoke fades away, daps very quickly going to catch him. Peter's still up in heaven. He hasn't shot anything yet, but there's a pretty good chance that obviously they're going to know he's in this general area, and his goal is not going to be to look for kills at this point, but mainly to save that up, although he will get a chance to, at the very least, pick up a kill. Should daps press out towards him. What's going to happen right now? He completely whiffs that shot, though, and is now going to sort of run for his life.
Yeah, he's probably going to get caught out here, and he does exactly that. daps is going to be able to clean that one up, and now they're asking on the terrorist side, do we want to go for a double op setup? And no is the answer to that question. Stanislaw not going to pick up that secondary op, so they're going to stick with 4 rifles in the op to boot. And now the money gets reset here on the CT side. The only one with money is going to be Stewie2k. He is the high bank for them, but it's going to be pistols to try to make something happen. In Conquest, they're in a prime position to steal away a couple more rounds here on their terrorist side, and this is a good showing from them so far on T side, because we already know that their CT side is very, very strong. They were able to just lock things down against Cloud9 the other night on this very same map. You saw Stanislaw playing aggressive there towards Monster side with his teammates in tow, and they just did it very, very well.
So aKis here is going to put himself inside of connector here very early on. He'll look for some kills here, but gets smoked off, so won't decide to push up to it immediately. He's going to wait for the time, but look at this actual boxing they have. The T's are probably going to get A-site control for pretty much free, but they do have this big flank coming up behind him. Unfortunately, this time it gets noticed way in advance by ShahZaM, so he's already up to 2 kills. Looking for another one here. Stan's going to be able to catch some of the players coming back in over there from the back angle. Stewie looking for a headshot on a rush. It's going to take him a couple hits, but he is going to be able to pick that up, so they at the very least escape this round with 1 kill. But now they've sort of been found out here. The Straddle, though, was a good setup. Doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere else here. rooRoooo sitting just behind this smoke. I believe they've even spotted him. Not going to be able to do too much, but he pops out looking for something, but they kill his teammate, and now they know where he is, so it's just about finishing him off at this point. Not even really needing to do so. He comes in, looking to stabilize it, but rooRoooo beats a man, can't find anything there, and that's going to be Conquest winning out the round here, and rooRoooo, he's going to be dead.
Well, the sole point of rooRoooo sticking around Optimus like that in that A bomb site was to at least keep one of them over there long enough to sacrifice their life, and that's exactly what happened. NAF actually died at the end of that round, so he's going to have to buy down. He gets thrown in AK, so not a lot of money being wasted here on the terrorist side, but you can see they've got a couple of players that are very, very low on money. They're going to be able to rebuy after this round should they lose it, but that is a little bit of a costly air, but good job from rooRoooo at least keeping them honest in that position for long enough for his for that teammate on the terrorist side to die.
Peter picking up the first kill. Rush quick to trade it out. Again, we've got a swift B-take working our way into here, but aKis hugging the pole for the time being. Rush finding a kill. NAF catching aKis as well, so that flank does nothing. And already here, FollowEsports down to just 2 players left alive, and Slemmy, oh my goodness, getting absolutely floored with grenades there. He's going to fall, and ShahZaM picks up the final kill as well. Conquest, very swift take, and a very quick end to the round there to put them up to 8 points as well.
And I think Conquest has kind of found their rhythm here. It's just going to be fast takes onto these bomb sites because FollowEsports, they just can't hold. They're not getting in their face. You know, they went for that op at barrel, and that's an easily Molotov, easily naded, easily flashed area to flush a player out. And that's exactly what happens. Peter gets the one and done, and that's all there is. There's nobody around to trade. They had a player up in heaven to try to hold off any kind of an extra aggression, but it doesn't work out. And now they're going to get aggressive here on short. And this should just be a field day for these players on the terrorist side, and that's exactly what it is. Stanislaw just the triple spray down. aKis, rooRoooo, and Slemmy already floored, and it's going to be on Stewie2k to try to get this fast flank, and he's even going to get taken down by Stan.
Peter looking for something here inside of the beacon, but not going to find it. NAF quick to shut him down, and the Conquest make it out of that round with 5 alive. Stanislaw picks up a 4K for that one. Obviously, Nico's not super duper impressive, but the big story, of course, is the fact that they keep all 5 of their players alive. So the money, as you can already see here, I mean, they've got enough easily for the rest of the half, and it's been this way for a while, too. 9K sitting on Stan, 9.6 on ShahZaM, and then back over here on daps, he's sitting at 11.6 as one of the riflers once again. So these guys rolling in the dough, nothing to worry about in terms of an economy, so this can explain some of the aggression we've been seeing from them. And as for FollowEsports, they're still struggling to get some of the basics in play here, as even with another round coming out, Peter, he gets the armor buy, he gets the kit buy behind his op, but no utility once again, and he's actually the only player on short A, so taking a little bit of a risk for that push. Thankfully, there's no presence from Conquest, but still.
And the scary thing about it right now is that this is all just a bit of a fake to make these players rotate over towards the B-bomb site, and you can see daps trying to take down rooRoooo, and he's going to do just that. He's going to get traded off instantaneously, but they've got a number of CTs over here, 3 of them to be exact. The push is actually coming from long A, but Conquest a little bit slow on this push right now, so that's going to enable them to at least rotate over and try to lock down this A bomb site. You got Peter behind Optimus. They're going to be throwing out these smokes over towards the bank side, so now he knows that there's at least a couple of players over there. Molotov to the backside. He's not going to be able to spot that, but he burns alive. He actually doesn't get out of the Molotov in time, and Peter down and out for free. Absolutely no reason for him to sit in that position. He could have hopped up on top of Optimus and saved his own life, but instead he just burns.
Stewie here trying to pick up some more of the kills as his teammate falls. He does find 2 of them, now bringing this into a 1-on-1. Takes down Rush, finishes off NAF after his teammate does some good damage, but now he's got to figure out where ShahZaM is, and he's actually going to try to take him for a run as he goes for the big rotate. Seeing the defuse come out, he might actually get it here. ShahZaM's going to land the shot, and thankfully he gets there just in time in order to finish it. Conquest once again going to win another round. ShahZaM taking a bit of a risk there, but it does pan out. And again, now they come out on top, and they're going to be leading by at least 5 points here. Again, basically pulling off the exact same thing their opponents just did to them back over on Train, and might be able to do even more than that here if they can pick up an 11th.
And for those of you asking in chat, Optimus is the truck, the big semi-truck that's over there in the A bomb site. It's kind of a name that's been coined by a number of other casters throughout different divisions and different leagues. So it's kind of something that's kind of stuck a little bit, and, you know, why not? It's a big semi-truck. Call it Optimus.
He's a robot in disguise.
He is.
So Peter finds the first stop shot. Rush perfectly in that position, though. Just waits for him to come over towards that right board. He's going to pick him up. But Stewie, creeping through the smoke there, is going to find daps as he gets a little bit too overly aggressive. So they're going to find a trade once again. Maintain a man up, but Stewie somehow still alive. Presses through, finds another kill and another one before finally NAF trades him down. But now NAF is just the last man alive. And it looks like they should be able to surround him and finish him off. We'll wait and see. He's got aKis down a little low, but goes for that rooRoooo when he actually pops out of the smoke. And this buys time, of course, for rooRoooo to come back and finish him off. So FollowEsports pick up at least that 5th round before the half ends, but still a very, very big lead being gained here by Conquest.
Big balls on Stewie on that play. That was massive. Absolutely massive from him. He got caught in a corner with 3 players pushing in on his position, just throws the pop flash, the Hail Mary, peeks out and ends up cleaning up 2 more. One just not aware that that push was coming. The other one gets fully blinded from that, so great job from Stewie. He finishes the half as the top fragger in the server, even though his team only got 5 rounds. 17 and 13 on the scoreboard. Slemmy and aKis really need to pick up the pace if they want any kind of damage to be done here on their terrorist side. But the biggest part about it right now is they've got 8 frags combined. Even with them 2 together, they don't even equal rooRoooo, who's in 3rd place on the CT side of FollowEsports.
Yeah, I was hoping we would see a little bit more from rooRoooo, but to be honest, it seemed like, at least looking at that last map stats as well, it seemed that he overall had a lot more confidence jumping onto the T side, and this does echo some matches I've watched from him in the past. He just seemed to be a little bit more of a confident player on T side when he can sort of take on a lurking role, or overall just be able to shine as more of an individual. I think that's one of the weaknesses for rooRoooo, is the fact that on the CT side, he does have to coordinate a little bit more with his teammates, whereas on the T side, a lot of the times he can sort of just go ham on his own and look for as many frags as possible. That's something that I hope he can work out on this team, but we'll wait and see, as again, this roster is still very new, but already in this one, NAF picking up 1, maybe Combo getting it 2, and he is indeed going to pick up Peter here. They're trying to work their way into the B site to pull off some of the pages out of here of Conquest T-sided book, but not going well. NAF brings out the knife, but completely whiffs it, and is now going to run his way inside a pit. Stan picking up that kill on the aKis, and NAF, he finds a headshot on a rooRoooo. Stewie trades it out, but NAF will finish things off.
NAF is nuts, man. He just, I don't even know what to say. That was just, pulls out the knife, somehow gets himself into water pit and ends up turning around and killing 2 more. That's just completely ridiculous. Just drops 4 of them. And with that, I mean, Conquest, they're going to put themselves right back in that driver's seat again, and it's going to be extremely difficult for FollowEsports to get themselves back into this, because if all goes well, it should be a 13-5 scoreline after these anti-eco rounds come out, and that's going to be absolutely massive for Conquest. 8 rounds to play with as this matchup progresses. So, scout in the hands of ShahZaM. He's just looking for the jump peaks over top of these boxes in the backside of this A bomb site, and he's got to be careful. There's the peak, and he actually gets the nice shot and a little bit of damage out onto that player, Stewie2k, trying to encroach on that position, and now they're pushing out in front of these smokes, and they actually spot one in the backside of that site, but they're not ready for NAF. He pops out. He's going to be able to find 1, 2, and 3. Rush chimes in, and ShahZaM finishes off the last. Not a man falls on the Conquest side, and that will be a clean 12th round. NAF
again is coming out strong. They're picking up 3 kills in that very overexposed corner, but somehow manages to transfer that spray, picking up 3 kills in a row. So even survives that as well with 25 HP at the end of it. So a big pickup from him. And again, Conquest going to lead by a very big margin by keeping that many players alive at the end of the round once again.
Yeah, again, you know, you talk about...
They're not even believing it in the chat that he had that much health at the end of it. Sorry.
I agree, though. I absolutely agree. And there's a little bit of early damage there. Rush getting aggressive over there by the monster side. He's going to get tagged down to 10 HP, but, you know, it's all because of ShahZaM jump scouting. He finds that early bit of information. The teammate's so close on that rotate. They're able to put 4 players in that A-bomb site before any hit comes out. So that's just massive find for them. And now ShahZaM getting aggressive over here. He's got Peter right around the corner. He's looking for aKis as well. Not able to spot either of them just yet. They're playing very, very slowly on the terrorist side. But not a lot of utility for him to work with. Ooh. And there it is, ShahZaM. Nuts shot. aKis down and out. And now Peter's going to reveal himself. There's another bit of damage. Stewie2k gets tagged. He might get naded out. Actually falls back in time.
aKis actually with a pretty big mistake there, sort of leaving his head out in the open. So it's a fairly easy shot when you look back at it for ShahZaM to pick up, but big mistake by aKis. And already
well, he just hit it so fast, it was just nuts, you know.
The rest of FE as well here, pretty heavily injured when you look at both Slemmy and Stewie down to 40 and 17. No armor behind it either, so not really anything to make up in that regard. These guys are already heavily injured. I imagine they're just going to try to make as best of a take they can on the A site, but we got NAF pushing out. He does get taken, picking up 1 kill, spots a couple more, so now the rotation should be able to roll back up. He's going to get a chance to pick up more. Does find 1 additional one before Stewie trains him back up, but ShahZaM over here kills the long A push, and now he's just going to find Stewie. They already know, generally speaking, where he is, so they're just going to execute him.
Yeah, with only 17 HP, he does manage to pick up an M4, but there's nothing he can do, and he actually does manage to find 1 more before he gets dropped, so it's only a scout down, not a great find, but daps is there to trade him out and actually picks up the M4 at the end of it, so salvaging that economy on the CT side, and that's really the name of the game right now in Counter-Strike. The meta is just that economy game. If you can keep those CTs down because their rifles are so expensive to buy, then you can really kind of string together good terrorist side halves. But FollowEsports, proof is in the pudding right there in the first half. I mean, 10-5 in that first half, and that's just because there wasn't a lot of economy for FollowEsports to work with throughout that entirety of that half.
So the members of Conquest actually going to get fairly aggressive down over here on the B site, putting themselves just outside of Monster, so that'll be rooRoooo, Mr. Pizza Man here, that'll have to try and fend that off. But for the most part here, they're actually going to push outside of the tunnel, just trying to hold out for a quick push from there, which obviously is not going to be happening with just rooRoooo playing from this position. The rest of Conquest in fairly default spots, and they actually haven't pushed their way out of the A side either, so no play going on in bathrooms or anything, but ShahZaM catching one over there, bullet from long A. Stewie2k is going to overpeak outside of that wall just a little bit, takes him off there. And now rooRoooo going to try to make the fake entry back over here, but I believe Conquest should see this coming from a mile away. Nonetheless, rooRoooo comes in, finds 1, but it's quickly traded out by Rush. Now the rest of the team, they've rotated down, but they're smoked off back on over here by Construction too, so they've got to smoke that in order to even find their way in here. So this is going to be a slow take from FollowEsports, and Conquest will be given a lot of time to rotate. Nonetheless, they work their way in. daps and Rush picking up 2 kills. Slemmy rolling back, and he finds 1, but now coming back down from upper there is going to be able to trade that back out and finish things off for his team.
Yeah, and again, Conquest, we've seen it before. Their defense on that B bomb site is so exemplary strong that there's no avenue of attack for FollowEsports. They don't have the utility to throw those smokes and those flashes and blind those players. And the overly aggressive plays, Rush, Stanislaw, playing down there by Monster, able to get those trades, and they do it so effectively, round in and round out. I mean, Conquest is just a very, very dangerous team on Overpass.
Now rooRoooo again. Working now with a lot more of the members of his team this time, working their way underneath the tracks, looking for a push into Monster, but not a whole lot of cash in the bank this time. More than likely, could just see it. Well, okay, Stewie.
Oh, my lord.
I guess,
highlight of the match.
It was perfectly timed with the auto-director, too, and right to it there.
Oh, my God.
Stewie practicing his surf skills here for when he gets that very, very low opportunity of a chance to surf and knife an opponent. So there we go. They light up the smokes and whatnot. They're going to roll their way into the site. Nav's picking up 1 kill. They're working their way through a molly. Stan finding another one. Slemmy does pick up a trade, but still very much so in their favor. And Naf just going cray. Slemmy and aKis both have gone down. And it's just rooRoooo left alive, who's going to end up getting shut down by Rush. Match point now for Conquest. And again, the money nowhere near a contention point. Plenty of cash left in the bank. We'll see the buy coming out from FollowEsports, but obviously they get everything they need. But money doesn't even matter at this point for these guys. They just have to buy out every single time in hopes of winning it out 10 rounds in a row at this point and take it into OT.
Yeah, and just absolutely nothing that they can do here on FollowEsports. They've got the bolstered economy now. They've lost enough in a row that they're going to be able to continue to buy out, even if they lose a couple of players. But they have no breathing room whatsoever. They have to be effective now on their trades. They have to be able to get into one of these bomb sites, but they haven't even gotten a bomb plant in the second half. That's how good the defense has been from Conquest. They haven't even smelled a bomb site.
Now they're going to try to force their way into B here once again. Not putting anything back over here on short A, though. And Stewie using those surf skills to try to get himself out of the molly, but not going to work out so well. Still is up with 77 HP. And they're going to also catch the player that was trying to rotate back over up to short A. NAF was given all the time in the world to get himself into a position, and Stan even catches this. They should know this is coming to this B site very quickly. Stan finding one. Stewie with a good headshot through the smoke to get the trade at the very least, but already, did someone just disconnect, or was, I'm hoping that was a drop, but he comes back in there now.
It was ShahZaM.
That's overconfidence in its finest right there. But ShahZaM is I think the client's gonna crash for him, and oh
left again.
He mocks Valve and then he immediately gets kicked from the game right after that. So that's unfortunate. Might affect the outcome of this round. We'll see if they can hold it back up as Rush finds that kill into rooRoooo. So it puts it back down to just 2 players left alive for FE. Rush finding another one. So thankfully, I think FollowEsports are going to be able to manage it anyway. But it's just Peter trying to work this 1-on-3 at this point. Works his way back up. And we'll see what he can find. Gonna miss that first stop shot. Now they know where he is. They just gotta execute. Bunny hopping his way over. Gonna see if he can catch this play around the corner, but not gonna happen. NAF will finish it off, and that's gonna be it, guys. 16-5 on our second map, and a 2-0 to the players from Conquest.
Yeah, and a pretty swift 2-0. I mean, the first map was a little bit closer than obviously Conquest would have won it, but clearly they have some things to work out on their train. But their terrorist side, extremely effective, and they were just taking all of those aim duels and winning them. And then obviously they're very, very strong on Overpass. We've seen them take down the likes of Cloud9 on this very same map. Now, that's not to say that Cloud9 was playing the best Counter-Strike that they've been known to play, because they've kind of been, you know, not that great as of late, but that's not going to take anything away from Conquest, because they played absolutely well in both of the matches that we've seen them play on Overpass. And again, they continue to just rattle these wins off. And obviously, adding Stanislaw, you know, obviously Rick's departing from the team, adding Stanislaw in there, and they have been playing very, very well with this lineup that they have so far. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have in the future as their team continues to develop behind Stanislaw, and, you know, a lot of leadership that he brings to the table as well. And an unfortunate loss there for FollowEsports, obviously kind of letting Train slip away. Could have definitely gone 3 maps, but their CT side obviously has some kinks to work out on Train.
Alright guys, well that is indeed going to close things out for this evening. Myself and Mega Man will be back tomorrow night, I believe at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be 9 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Pacific for those of you, once again. And for Europe, I think that's like 4 a.m. So, actually no, it's 3 a.m. right now, because we're in that awkward time where Europe is only 5 hours ahead. So for those of you from Europe, it'll be at 3 a.m. But we'll be back tomorrow. We're either going to be casting Complexity versus the SKDC, which is the old FollowEsports, or we'll be doing Conquest versus Coastless. So we'll see what happens then. We'll have the match for you tomorrow night. Be sure to join us then. That's going to close it out, though, guys. So thank you once again for tuning in. If you'd like to follow either myself or Mega Man on Twitter, the ats are right above there in the title of the stream. And beyond that, that's about it. So we'll see you later. Have a good one.